Yah is blessing me right now. Oh, right now. I say Yah is blessing me right now. Oh, right now. He woke me up this morning and he started me on my way. I say Yah is blessing me right now. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. He woke me up this morning and he started me on my way. I say Yah is blessing me right now. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. Oh, right now. Well, praise the Most High today. The Most High Yah is blessing me right now. Hallelujah. Shit all started when he got me up this morning, family. That was the beginning of it. Hallelujah. And then he got me up on out the house and on my way. Hallelujah. Praise the Most High. And I saw something today, family, that really bothered me, and I got to go and get it off my chest before I try to say anything else. I looked up this morning in my comments, and somebody was preaching a sermon. I mean, a whole long, drawn-out sermon. And it's a bunch of words that don't make sense. I mean, clearly the individual has issues going on, but it's confusion. So I just quickly deleted it. The last time I read through it, I know who it is. The last time I read through it, and it never makes sense. They'll speak on the subject I was speaking on a little bit in between, but they're trying to say something undercover. So this time I just deleted it. I said I don't have the patience anymore. And one of the sisters that support our channel, she put a comment on our channel this morning, and I said, praise the Most High. Let me go back and do the same, which I usually do anyway, but I went on over this morning. Usually I would wait until she does a morning prayer every morning, and I listen to it, and from time to time I would comment back. Most of the time I would comment back in agreement with the prayer. But once I got over there to her page, I saw another one of them folk on the pages, what they call them, naysayers and
scoffers
in the book. But they're always trying to tell you, why don't you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? And that's what this individual was doing. She said, if you doing a prayer, why don't you use us and we instead of how she's doing it? So I kindly I replied back to her, because if it's not broke, and I left it hanging like that. And we got to stop doing that and go over to her page, and she don't have nothing up there. Oh boy. And it's the same with that individual writing me a sermon this morning. No works. But they coming out like the Pharisees, the scribes and Pharisees, saying, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Who gives you the authority to do it, to do this? And that's what they're actually saying. Who gave you the authority to say something about the Most High? My daggone daddy. My daddy. And that's what I wanted to tell the lady. The Most High didn't tell her to do that, so why are you? But I was trying to be nice today. I just left it out there, open-ended like that, so I can get some smoke back. So I can come back and say something else, tell the truth. But we got to quit playing around with the Most High's people, family. We got to stop doing it. Just like my wife and I, when we was early on in our marriage, we decided we was gonna adopt children instead of trying to have any more, because we came together. My wife had 2 sons and I had 2 sons, or have 2 sons and she had 2 sons. So we came together like the Brady Bunch, and we had an unfortunate occasion happen where we couldn't have kids. So we said we're just gonna adopt, since we still had a lot of love in us to give. We wanted to have kids running around. So when you adopt kids, you have to go through an adoption class that the state pays someone else to teach them. So we was in this class, and the instructor was a real big heavyset lady, very kind, real nice. But she ain't play about them kids. She'll say, whenever you think about putting your hands on these kids, don't do it. She'll say, don't do it. And her chin would just shake. I shouldn't be talking about that lady like that, but family, it's what I remember her by. And the lesson was taught by that. She'll say, don't do it, and look like a pit bull growling at you. She'll look at you and say, don't do it, Mr. Holloway. And she'll put me in a scenario. She'll be like, well, what if this kid did this, that, the other? I say, I don't know what the state might tell me to do, but I'll whoop him. She got kind of mad for a second and said, Mr. Holloway, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I said, I'm just messing, but don't bite me. Family, that was so funny to me, but it taught me the lesson. And that's what these folks out here better start learning. Don't do it. Keep your hands off the Most High's chosen people, the ones he sent out here to wake you up and to set you in the right direction. But you doing more critiquing than you doing listening to the prayer. Why don't you do this, that, the other? Why don't you do it? You don't have nothing on your page. No business of your own. You're not after the Father's business for yourself. You trying to critique what other folks is doing. Just like them Pharisees. You're a modern day Pharisee. And you know who their father was. Yahushua told him, and John the Baptist told him. He called him a brood of vipers, whose father is of the devil, or Hasatan. And we don't want that title, family, because if we're his children, we're going where he going at the end. Oh boy. And by no means do we want that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And I have another testimony. I got to share it. I got to share it. But first, let me say I hope everyone is well today. Pardon me. As I was saying, I hope everyone is well today and that you're able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting in some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. Family, we have been getting a doozy of storms here in the Carolinas. Wild storms. So much so that there's trees down everywhere and power lines down, and folks are out of electricity. And some of my folk, I'm not gonna call any names, I'm gonna try to say this as anonymous as I can, but there's a beneficial lesson behind it. They're out of power, and they had just gotten a generator, and I went down and was putting it together, which you want nothing to put together. It was just basically taking it out of the box and plugging it in. But when it came to plugging it in, they didn't want to plug it in. they didn't want to go on and power it up. So when a storm might come, they would have power. So the day their power was off and they had a generator but no power. I said, oh boy. And I didn't do nothing to throw it up in their face. I just charged the generator and took it back to them. They say praise the Most High, but I took a lesson from now I did gain that lesson, which is like them 10 virgins, half of them didn't want to listen. Now the whole point is they all had as we were speaking on in the prior recording, they all had a temple. But that was just confirmation on that idea. Are you gonna fill your temple while it's time? The temple filling time, which is the Ruach HaKodesh and his holy text. Are you gonna fill your temple with his word? Your spirit, your soul, your body, letting him come in and engulf your whole life, changing up your lifestyle, so you won't have to be caught unawares and asking other folks for help in the time of need. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad to help our family. And just as my uncle told me, I wish you had done it this way, son. He was giving me some advice, and it was at a point where I couldn't use his advice because I had already went in a different way. And he said, I sure wish you could have did it this way. It would have been more beneficial if I had did it the way he told me, or the way he was telling me then. But it was too late. And we don't want to be caught in them situations, family, to where it's too late. Period. Praise the Most High. But we do have a grand idea we want to share today, family. And it's one coming from something we said in the prior recording. And this one is called Caught in the Spin Cycle. Caught in the spin cycle. Have mercy. And I'm almost willing to bet. Don't you say that, Robert. Don't say that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh boy. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. Oh boy, that's one of my other favorite commercials. That girl sitting there with braces in her mouth, her and her girlfriend watching a movie, and she got the popcorn right there in between them and tell her, don't do it, girl. And the girlfriend looking at that popcorn like, why are you gonna have it over here in the middle of us and telling me don't do it? Why don't you have it over there beside you? Or why you even eating popcorn in front of me? You know I got braces on. See, that's where the text says if you offend your brother by something you eating. That's what that means. But yeah, she said, don't do it, girl. She said, I'm not gonna do it. And then she smashed a whole mouthful of them, had popcorn all in the braces. She said, I did it. Oh boy, let's get to this idea. Please forgive me, family. I have to find joy in what I can find joy in, family. Like I was saying, I'm willing to bet we're all feeling like we're caught in the spin cycle. And I would say we are. We're on repeat. We're caught in repeat. Praise the Most High. And you know, with a spin cycle, oh boy, thank you, Pop. What that does, it wrings out the water, the excess water. Because it's part of the process. When something is put in the wash, it has to be clean. But then it has to dry, and dry well so it won't get molded. And stank. Worse than it was in the first case, where it was just a little dirty and dingy. But when that mold come along, it makes it unusable. But yeah, when you have something in the wash and it's on the spin cycle, what it's doing is it's extracting the water from out the clothes. And see, that's what the Most High has us all in. He has us on a spin cycle. And the text says that if he hadn't sped up time, then even the elect wouldn't make it. And I know I'm not quoting that correctly, but we'll put it right there. That the elect wouldn't even make it. So he put the spin cycle on fast, on high. So it really feels like our heads are spinning. We're going through it. We're going through it. Going through it. But praise the Most High. It's not over, family. It's not over. Do know it's part of the process. And family, I was so encouraged. I heard a couple of teachings last evening after the prayer call. I jumped on the prayer call, and that was Hasatan. I jumped on the prayer call and was ready. Had a little song I wanted to sing and a prayer I wanted to pray. And as soon as I jumped on the prayer call, I was kicked off. And I was trying to get back on it and was having so many issues. I said, forget it, I'm going to just stay in the background and pray. But it's so aggravating, family, when you're trying to do right and opposition comes your way. And see, that's what the spin cycle means. You're being tossed and turned or pushed around in that, like in a washing machine. You're spinning and you're pushed off in a corner. There ain't nothing you can do but just hold on. Your change is coming. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. Say you can make it. Just hold on. Don't worry about a thing. Praise the Most High. Don't worry about a thing, family. But I'm here to tell you today, I feel you. I know what you're going through because I'm in the midst of it too. And I know a whole lot of people, when they bring an idea from the Most High, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you that they're in the same boat you're in, like Yahusha and Peter. I'm in the same boat you're in. But trust me, I'm holding on. I have a strong word concerning it from our Father. He said, hold on, I got you. Just like he told us like a week ago. He said, I'm about to show out. And he said, I'm on it. Oh boy, I'm on it. So all we can do is hold on and keep looking up. Like the text says, looking unto Yahusha, the author and finisher of our belief. And see, that's what I throw back at him every time. You started this. You started this, I didn't. But caught in the spin cycle. And you know, it's always best to go back as a chosen people, as the Most High's people, to go back and look where our ancestors was at when they was caught in the spin cycle. And what improvements we can make. See, that's why the Most High gives us these books. Gives us our records. Because all it is our story with him, his story. And we're going to look in Deuteronomy chapter 2. And the heading says the desert years. And I left that because that's powerful. Because that's where we're at. In our desert years. We're not going to read all of it. However, it's a great read. Great, powerful read. I read most of it last evening. And let's get into it. Then we turned and journeyed into the wilderness of the way of the Red Sea. As the Most High spoke to me, and we circled Mount Seir for many days. Or as this text says, we skirted Mount Seir for many days. They went around in circles many days. And see, the Most High had them in the spin cycle, family. He was trying to work something out of them then. He was still trying to work on that generation. And the Most High spoke to me saying, you have skirted this mountain long enough. Turn northward. And see, this is a word for us today, family. Powerful word. You have circled this mountain long enough. You've been in this spin cycle long enough, Robert. Turn northward. Oh boy. And family, you do know what north means in the text, don't you? Up to the Most High. Turn upward. Look up to him. Look up to the author, the finisher of your belief in him, where he started. And command the people, saying, you are about to pass through the territory of your brethren, the descendants of Esau, who live in Seir, and they will be afraid of you. Therefore watch yourselves carefully. Do not meddle with them, for I will not give you any of their land. No, not so much as one footstep, because I have given Mount Seir to Esau as a possession. You shall buy food from them with money that you may eat, and you shall also buy water from them with money that you may drink.